Another cryptocurrency video. I don't know if this is going to be the first of a series of cryptocurrency videos. It's not my main goal to make them, but I do want to get something off my chest that has been around this week. This week is the second to last week of December 2020, second to last week of 2020, quite a year. And a lot of things have happened this week to make cryptocurrency kind of suck this week, especially if you have a lot of investments in what are termed altcoins. So two things are: one, the SEC suit against Ripple, and the other is the Ledger leak of information about their customers. Ledger being a hardware wallet for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The thing I want to get off my chest, and that I just want people to start thinking about when they make videos, and I've heard this from everybody from dads and just average people to experts and financial gurus and people who've been around and in this space a long time and should know better. When we talk about a hardware ledger and we talk about cryptocurrency, there's no money in a hardware ledger. Your hardware ledger, your hardware wallet, does not store any money. So people have talked about, protecting the money that's in your hardware wallet, for instance. So we can extend this. We can talk about protecting the money that's in your MetaMask, talking about protecting the money that's in the wallet on your phone. There is no cryptocurrency in your phone. There is no cryptocurrency in your ledger. All that MetaMask is, all that any wallet is, hardware, software, otherwise, is a record, is a window into the network that exists on a distributed, vast number of computers around the world, be it the Bitcoin network or the Ethereum network or any other crypto platform network. What you own and what those wallets store, either transparently or behind the scenes, are the keys to that network. So that's what they give you. The network stores records, and that's all that cryptocurrency is. That's all that money is. What the keys do, they just release the doors, the virtual doors to that network, so that the records can be transferred. The records can mark transfer of ownership of the value of these virtual assets from one virtual address to another. And you own the keys to that address. And that's the only thing that gives you control over this money, which is really the only thing that gives you control over any money, and the only real thing that money is good for. Money is good for transfer. That's all it is. You can own a necklace made of gold, and that can be a thing, and that's very cool, and it's pretty, and it makes you or your spouse look really nice, and it's great. But that really isn't money. It has value, and gold is used as a store of value. But a dollar, right? If that necklace translates into being worth $10,000, a dollar, you don't own a dollar is not a thing. A dollar bill is a representation of the thing. A car is a thing. It does something. A computer is a thing. It does something. A plant is a thing. It does something. It grows. It produces food. A home is a thing. It provides all the things that a home provides. But money does nothing. And the only thing that says whether you own money or not is records. That's all it is. And the dollar bills and the things are records. Even if you have a lot of gold, that's just having something that has value, because theoretically that value can go to zero. So it's just records. And cryptocurrency is a more efficient way to store and transfer those records around, rather than using what's called fiat money, money issued by governments. And so there's no money in a hardware wallet. If you lost your hardware wallet, but you knew all the information in that hardware wallet, namely the private keys and the public key, and really that's it. There might be multiple wallets in there, but every wallet just has a private key and a public key. And there's phrases to regenerate those. But essentially, if you know the private key and the public key, you don't need a hardware wallet. You don't need any computer wallet. All you need to do is write that down on a piece of paper or memorize it. If you can memorize a random string of numbers, that, well, more power to you. But you don't need any of this stuff. And that's almost the most secure, is not to have any wallet at all, but just to remember, I know my private key and I know my public key. Or you can remember the 12 to 24 mnemonic phrase that can generate them. And if you can remember that for 20 years, you could buy Bitcoin today, and 20 years from now, you'll be able to open up that virtual door and that distributed network and have access to that Bitcoin. Whatever its value is in fiat dollars at that time, you'll be able to have access to it and trade it to someone for dollars, or trade it to buy a house, or trade it to buy a car, or transfer it to your children or something. But that's all it is. The wallets just make it more convenient to own. And they make it more convenient to transfer because they do connect to the network. So they enable that transfer. That's something they do. But there's no money stored in there. It's not like your hardware wallet. If you have a hardware wallet, it might say, hey, you own a Bitcoin. You might have a phone wallet that says, hey, I own a Bitcoin. And they might have the same keys because they're connected to the same. You say, hey, I'm giving you this key here and I'm giving you this key. It doesn't mean you own two Bitcoin. It just means the hardware wallet and the phone wallet are both pointing to the same address on the Bitcoin network or Ethereum network or whatever other network. So I have 4 or 5 wallets, all so I can use them in different places. And that might not be secure, but I have other ways of securing it. But essentially, that way I can use my wallet over, on a computer. I can use my wallet on a phone. One says I own 1 Ethereum, another says I own 1 Ethereum. It doesn't mean I own 2 Ethereum. It just means I have different windows onto, different interfaces to the Ethereum network. So, experts, let's get that straight. All right, thanks. And happy investing and Merry Christmas and Hanukkah and all the other holidays. And just have good days. Bye.